get started this evening. We are recording, so we can post the recording to Facebook. And if you have like a cushion or a block that you would like to sit on in our nice comfortable seat, just to lift the hips up a little bit, give yourself a little bit of space, and be able to let the knees relax. If that's not a good spot for you, you can always sit in Hero's Pose or Staff Pose, Dandasana. I like to sit in Siddhasana myself, which is where you draw one heel in toward the groin and then the second heel kind of stacked on top of the first. And that helps me to feel balanced in the hips and lets both knees drop down. And if at any time you're in the easy seated pose and it begins to feel uncomfortable, feel free to go ahead and switch your legs. I always try to remember to switch them up a little bit halfway or so into how we're going to start here. So let's just settle in. Take a moment to just notice your natural breath, where you are. Maybe have the palms to knees or thighs. Draw the crown up towards the sky. And maybe drop the tailbone a little bit so that you can visualize, and naturally there's a normal curve in the spine, but just visualize a nice straight line, maybe like a string of pearls that is your spine. And there is a string leading from the top up towards the sky and a string leading from the bottom down into the earth. And we're just going to keep the palms down to have a nice grounding experience here today. And maybe go ahead and take your shoulders up towards the ears and then take them back and down, kind of looping them up and back and down. And notice the air as it enters your nostrils. And notice the breath as it leaves your nostrils. Maybe it tickles a little bit, maybe it's cold or warm. And you can feel free to close your eyes here if you like, or just take a soft gaze out in front of you, whichever you prefer. Or keep your eyes open and just take in what's going on around you. So let's go ahead and just begin by inhaling our arms up to the sky, bringing the palms down to the breastbone here, just pressing the thumbs into the sternum and lifting the heart towards your palms. Let the elbows be heavy here and draw the shoulder blades down the back and gently tilt that chin towards the chest so that the neck is nice and long and well protected. And let's just take a moment to chant 3 ohms together. We'll tap into that vibrational power of that sound resonating to tell our parasympathetic nervous systems that it's okay to relax, it's okay to restore, it's okay to be soft and easy here. So let's take an inhale to prepare. Go ahead and place your palms back to knees or thighs and just take a moment to notice the energy as it's flowing through your body. Maybe you're still vibrating a little bit. And let's go ahead and do a few little seated cat-cows. So we're going to arch the back as we inhale and lift the heart gently. And then round the back as we exhale and draw the belly button toward the spine. Inhale, lifting the heart, but keeping the chin tucked gently. And exhale, rounding the spine. Let's do that a couple more times at your own pace. Again, taking it as softly and gently as feels good in your body, or maybe taking it as deep as you like here. And the next time you inhale, we're going to draw the heart forward, and we're going to begin to round towards the right side as we exhale, drawing all the way back into cat pose, and then inhaling around and up through the left side and forward. So we're just taking these nice little circles, again, as subtly or as deeply as feels good in your body. Around and around, moving with the breath, just stirring things up very gently. We'll inhale back up to center, and let's reverse the circles. Exhaling over to the left and back, and inhaling to the right and forward. Just around and around, noticing how the sit bones are still pressed firmly to the earth. And 2 more times, moving with your breath. And 1 last time around, coming all the way back to cow pose, lifting the heart, and then gently coming back to a tall seat. Let's take the left fingertips out to the side next to the outer left thigh here. And let's inhale, taking the right fingertips up towards the sky, and exhale, drawing the right fingertips over toward the left. And just notice how you can continue to press into that right sit bone. Again, you can take this with eyes closed or open, whatever feels best in your body. If you want it a little bit deeper, you can maybe bend that left elbow and come a little closer to the earth. But continue to press that right sit bone even as you draw the right fingertips up and away in this nice, long, integrated line here. And we're inhaling, maybe opening the heart to the sky, feeling that stretch in the front side body of those ribs. Or maybe you'd rather rotate this torso towards the earth and feel that stretch a little more deeply in the back body. 1 more full breath here. And then inhale those right fingertips back up to the sky. Exhale, bringing right fingertips to the earth. Inhale, left fingertips up to the sky. And exhale, drawing over toward the right. And just play with this here, continuing to really breathe deep into the belly. Maybe rotating forward and back. Noticing where the stretch in the left side body feels the most nurturing and yummy here. And just go with it. Two more breaths here on this side. Pressing into that left sit bone, drawing those left fingertips up and away. And when you're ready to come out, let's inhale those left fingertips back up to the sky. Exhale, both hands back to the mat. And then let's inhale, both arms up to the sky, rotating the wrists in one direction. And then exhale, rotating the wrists in the opposite direction, letting them float back towards the earth. And let's inhale again, rotating in the first direction, coming all the way up to this nice V, victorious pose. And exhale, rotating the opposite direction and coming down. And one more time, inhale, whichever direction feels good in your body. And let's stay here for the exhale, drawing the shoulder blades down the back, rotating those hands inwards so the pinkies are drawing in toward one another, really scooping out those shoulder blades here in this wonderful victorious pose. Inhale here, lifting the heart, tucking the chin. Exhale, letting the tailbone be heavy and long. One more inhale here, and then let's exhale, drawing the palms together behind us to clasp the hands and draw the clasped hands down the back towards the tailbone. Breathing here. Maybe lifting the hands away from the tailbone to really open up through the collarbones. The next time you inhale, go ahead and hinge forward here from the hips, just as much as feels good in your body. And then as you exhale, begin to round the back. Maybe lift the hands up high to the sky, bringing the forehead towards the floor. Stay for a full breath here. And then the next time you inhale, go ahead and softly and gently release the hands and draw the palms out to the floor in front of you in this kind of a upper body child's pose position. Inhale here, and then exhale, drawing the palms over to the right. Getting a nice side stretch in the left side body here. And then let's inhale back to center. Exhale here. And then let's inhale and really walk the fingertips back up to a nice tall seat. Exhale, inhale, lifting back up to the victorious pose. And then exhale, clasping hands behind us again, but this time letting the opposite hand be on top. So if you're a righty like me, your index finger would have been on the top the first time, maybe switch it up for this time. And then let's go ahead and switch the legs as well. Stretching back here, inhaling the heart forward, tucking that chin. Exhaling here and then inhaling to hinge forward at the hips. And exhale, drawing the forehead towards the earth and maybe lifting the hands up to the sky. Next time you inhale, draw those fingers out in front of you to bring palms down to the earth in this nice child's pose. And then as we exhale, let's walk the hands over to the left, really pressing into that right sit bone here, stretching through the right side body. Inhale back to center, stay for that exhale, and then inhale to walk yourself back up to a nice tall seat. And we're gonna just tap into the Ujjayi breath here a little bit before we move forward. So if you're not familiar with Ujjayi breath, sometimes it's kind of likened to the breathing sound that Darth Vader makes, or the sound of the ocean, where you're just really breathing into the throat with a kind of an open throat. And if you get to a place where you start to sound like you're almost going to snore, then you are absolutely doing it right. One of the visualization that really helped me tap into that breath, that Ujjayi breath, is visualizing that your nostrils are right here at the points of your collarbone, just at the base of your throat. So as you inhale, visualize inhaling through the nostrils at the collarbones and exhale there as well. So it's that's a nice ujjayi breath, a victorious breath here. So when you are in a particular pose, you might play with that breath a little bit. Let's go ahead and remove any blocks or pillows that you have underneath you and come on around to a tabletop position. We're gonna have our palms on the mat right underneath the shoulders, or maybe just an inch or two forward so we're not dumping too much weight into the wrists. Really press into all the fingers and the thumbs, spreading the fingers wide to give you a nice solid base here. And let's just tuck the toes under, bend the elbows gently, and take a couple cows and a couple cats here, turning the tops of the feet to the mat and rounding the back as you exhale and press into cat. Inhale, cow, tucking those toes, bending those elbows, dropping the belly, and exhale into cat. Come back to your nice, stable, strong tabletop, and then bring the big toes together and take the knees as wide as your mat. Send the hips back to the heels for your child's pose. Arms can be extended here, really breathing into that side body as you inhale, maybe tapping into that ujjayi breath. Pressing back, letting the armpit chest be open. And then let's come up, keeping the legs in the position they're in, come up to a tabletop in the upper body. Take the right palm on the mat right underneath your gaze. And let's draw the left fingertips up along the right arm on the inside of the arm as if we're pulling back the bow of a bow and arrow all the way up to the sky, going for this nice twist here. Reaching with the fingertips, opening up through the shoulders, and inhale one more time. Wiggle those fingertips up to the sky, and exhale. Let's thread the needle, drawing the left arm down to the mat behind the right, coming down to the left temple and the left shoulder. Maybe sending that right arm out long, pressing into the right palm. And just settle back, letting the weight of your upper body take you into that nice little stretch. And if that's a little bit much here, you can press into the forearm on the right side body and just take a really gentle twist here. And when you're ready to come out of it, we can inhale, coming back up to the tabletop. Take the left palm underneath the face and draw the right arm up to the sky, pulling the bow of an arrow. Fingertips wiggle as you inhale, and exhale, threading that needle, coming down to the shoulder. Maybe even taking the back of the left hand to the small of the back to keep the chest open. Coming into that little bind. One more full breath here. And then let's come back, unwinding back to your tabletop. Let's go ahead, extend the crown, extend down through the tailbone, really make the body be nice and long, as if someone's pulling a string through the top of your head and down through the sit bone. And let's inhale and press the right heel back, lifting the leg up so that it's parallel to the earth and turning the toes down so that they're facing the mat, keeping those hips square to the earth. Just pressing away. And then let's bend that right knee and make some circles in the hip, letting the knee come around and around in one direction. And then switching directions around and around in the opposite direction. Maybe these are small circles, maybe they're really big. And let's go ahead and either keep that leg bent right there or go ahead and stack those hips, opening up through the right hip. Kind of a variation on a three-legged dog here, and if you want to take this in downward dog, you certainly can. But let's do a modified wild thing, going ahead and bringing that right big toe to the earth behind the left ankle and drawing the right arm up to the sky, making a little rainbow here with your body. Really stretching into that right side body, pressing into the earth with the left palm, opening up. Inhale here and exhale, bringing palm and knee back to the earth. Let's do a couple of cat-cows here just to realign the spine. Inhaling cow, exhaling cat. Inhaling, tucking those toes, bending the elbows, dropping the belly. Exhale, pressing the tops of the feet into the earth and rounding the back. And then let's inhale, sending the left leg out long, pressing into that left heel. Really dialing those toes down to the earth so that you could almost put a little teacup full of tea right on the back because it's so lined up with the earth here. And then let's bend that left knee and make those circles on this side as well. Around and around in one direction. Just opening up through that hip socket. And then back around in the opposite direction. And then you can either stay here or open that up, stacking those hips, really opening up through the psoas muscle. And maybe take wild thing by dropping the left toe to the earth and lifting the left palm up to make this nice little rainbow through the side body here. Breathing into the left side body, noticing how the space between the ribs expands. Visualizing your rainbow reaching for the pot of gold. And then inhale, bringing palm and knee back to the earth. 2 cat-cows here, just to bring the spine back into alignment. And then let's send that right leg out long again as we inhale here. And as we exhale, let's draw that right knee right through the palms and plant it on the earth. Feel free to use blocks here to bring the earth closer to you. If that makes this pose feel better in your body, we have this nice low lunge. You can kind of inch that left knee back, pressing the top of the left foot into the earth, drawing the right hip backwards so that we're squaring those hips up to the front of the mat. And then let's walk back into half splits, straightening through that right leg, flexing the right foot, pointing the toes up towards the sky. And let's inhale, pressing the toes down to the earth, and exhale, drawing the toes up towards the sky. So we're pressing the sole of the foot to the mat and flexing that foot up towards the sky. And when you find a place here that feels particularly good, maybe in your shin or your calf, Stay there for a couple full breaths. Inhaling into any tension or stuckness there. And exhaling to let it release and soften. And when you've had your time there, go ahead and inhale, stack the knee over the ankle, and step the right foot back. Inhale the left leg out long, and exhale, bringing it through, planting it between the palms. Again, using your block here if that feels good. In any setting, low, medium, high. Stay here, inhaling and exhaling, opening up through the hip flexor. What happened to my... And then we'll go ahead and come back into half splits. Stretching out through the back of that left leg. Pressing the toes to the earth and flexing the foot. Moving with the breath. Back and forth. Stopping somewhere along the way. If it feels good to you to just stay there and breathe. Inhaling into any tense areas. And exhaling just to bring softness and relaxation. And then let's inhale, stacking the knee over the ankle again. Exhale, drawing the knees back parallel. And then inhale to realign the spine, and exhale to send the hips back into child's pose. Stay in your child's pose, just breathing. And I'm just admitting another person to the class there. So as we're right here in child's pose. And then we're going to go ahead and walk it up back to tabletop. And then let's drop the elbows where the palms were. Maybe walk the knees back, maybe walk the forearms forward into puppy pose. Drawing the heart towards the earth and really drawing that tailbone up towards the sky. Breathing here, pressing into the elbows, making space in between the shoulder blades, tucking that chin to keep the neck nice and long. And maybe if you like, you can walk the knees a little bit closer to the elbows. Curl the toes under, tuck them under, and inhale, sending the hips up for Dolphin Pose. So this is kind of a spot right between tabletop and downward dog, where you can press into the heels, lifting the tailbone, pressing into the palms, and really think about how that tailbone is helping you to stay tall and float high with the body. One more big inhale here. Exhale, bringing the knees to the earth if they're not already there. And then let's come all the way forward into Sphinx Pose. In Sphinx Pose, we've got the tops of the feet pressed to the earth. Got the pubic bone pressed to the earth. We're drawing the shoulder blades down the back as if we're tucking them in our back pockets here. Pressing into the palms, tucking that chin. Inhale here. And then exhale, drawing the chin towards the chest. Inhale, rolling the right ear over towards the right shoulder. Exhale, chin to chest. Inhale, left your left shoulder. Exhale, chin to chest. Right ear, right shoulder. And just keep moving in that nice, slow, side to side, moving with the breath. Maybe taking that Ujjayi breath here, thinking about breathing in through the base of the throat. And then the last time you come to the left, that's the last time. Exhale, chin to chest, and inhale, stacking that neck on top of the spine. And then maybe look over your right shoulder, back down towards your right foot. Might be able to see it in your peripheral vision, might not. Either way, it's cool. Inhale, back to center, and exhale, looking over the left shoulder. Do that a couple of times. Maybe adjusting the angle of the head to see if there's any place in particular that just wants you to stay there and breathe. And if that is the case, then let that be the case. And then let's go ahead and push back and up into our tabletop. Curl the toes under and walk the hands up the thighs. Coming into Hero's Pose, stretching the bottoms of the feet. If that's too much here, you can turn the tops of the feet to the earth. And let's go ahead and push back onto our feet and press the heels down towards the earth in this nice little squat. You can stay here, maybe play with it a little bit, taking the feet out as wide as the mat or as wide as feels good in your body, maybe rocking a little bit from side to side. If you can take the heels all the way to the earth in this nice low squat, this nice Malasana pose, definitely do that. If not, just stay supported on your toes and your fingertips. If you're in full Malasana, you can press the triceps to the inner thighs and press the inner thighs to the triceps. Draw the hands to the heart. Lift the crown of the head, tuck the chin, let the tailbone be heavy. And just breathe here in this primal pose. And then let's begin to walk the feet back underneath the hips if they're not there already. Press into the fingertips and draw the heels towards the earth, coming into forward fold. And let's go ahead and keep the knees as generously bent as feels good here. Clasp the elbows and just hang in your ragdoll. Maybe rock a little bit forward and back. Maybe side to side. Maybe straighten the legs a little bit more to see if there is more sensation in the calves and the hamstrings. And then switch your clasp, balance things out so it'll be a little awkward, a little wonky. And as you inhale, really fill up space in the side body, feeling those ribs expand and widen and open up. And as you exhale, really draw that belly button in towards the spine. Let the head be heavy, tractioning out the back here. And then let's inhale, begin to roll up one vertebrae at a time. Breathing all along the way. Inhale, shoulders up and back and down. Exhale here, coming into your mountain pose. And then let's inhale the arms up and overhead where the palms meet, and exhale, just slice it right down the middle and come all the way back to your forward fold. Let's walk the hands out into downward dog or take the knees down into tabletop. Press the right heel back as you inhale. Exhale, drawing the right knee towards the right wrist, coming into Pigeon Pose. Send the left leg out long behind you. The right heel can be right here in the groin area, the hip flexor area of the left side. Or if it's in your practice, you can take it parallel with the front of the mat. Anywhere within that range is perfectly great. You might take your block underneath the right hip, a block or a pillow or a folded up blanket, just to give you a little bit more support in the hips. You can stay here, tucking the chin, drawing the heart forward, or you can go ahead and come down towards the earth with the upper body, coming to forearms, or maybe stack your palms and rest the forehead on top of the palms. Or you could take your hands in prayer position and rest the third eye right on top of the thumbs. Maybe nodding your head up and down and from side to side, giving yourself a nice little massage right here between the eyebrows at the third eye. Maybe making little circles in one direction and then the other. Inhaling here, noticing how the back body expands. Exhale, letting go of any tension in your body you don't need right now. Letting the jaw relax. Letting the muscles of the face relax. Maybe you might want to stretch your arms out all the way and take full child's in the upper body here, drawing the forehead to a block or to the earth. And just breathe here. Maybe taking that Ujjayi breath. Nice and deep into the belly. Maybe you notice your heart beating here. And when you're ready to come out of Pigeon Pose, inhale and walk your fingertips back up. Press into your palms. Curl the left toes under and really press back into that left heel, drawing the heart forward, pressing the heel away, opening up space in that left hip flexor. And then send the right leg back for tabletop or downward dog. Inhale the left leg up to the sky and exhale, drawing the left knee towards the left wrist. Coming into pigeon on the left side. Again, that left heel can be in the right groin area, right there where the top of the thigh meets the groin, or all the way out parallel with the front of the mat, whatever supports your practice here. Feel free to set a block or a pillow underneath that left hip to keep the hips nice and square. Make sure that right leg is straight out behind you, parallel with your mat. And when you're ready, you can go ahead and come down to a position that serves your body the best. Maybe stretching out the arms long, maybe resting forehead to block or mat. Maybe tapping into that Ujjayi breath here. Making the sound of your own personal ocean. Releasing any tension that's not serving you here. Releasing any effort that your body doesn't require. And then when you're ready, inhale, walking your hands back up to a tall, tall pigeon pose, drawing the heart forward, drawing the chin towards the chest, curling those right toes under and lifting the right knee from the earth, pressing back into that heel. And then instead of coming back to tabletop or downward dog, let's just gently place the right leg back to the earth and swing it around in front of us, coming into staff pose. Draw the feet out long in front of you, or the legs, I guess, out long in front of you. Flex the feet, point the toes up to the sky. Really settle those sit bones into the earth. If you have a strap here, you might want to have it handy. And let's inhale the arms up and over, coming into our victorious pose, drawing those pinkies towards one another. Exhale here, plugging those arm bones into the shoulder, and then inhale, hinging forward at the hips, coming into your forward fold, Paschimotto Asana. Exhale here, coming any amount closer to thighs or knees. And if you like, you can just bring the fingertips to the earth and round the back. Maybe using a strap around the balls of your feet to aid you in your journey. And when you're ready to come out, go ahead and walk yourself back up to a tall seat using your fingertips. And then let's just draw the soles of the feet together into Vadakanasana, this butterfly pose. If you have blocks or pillows here and the knees don't feel comfortable, you can tuck those right underneath the knees to give yourself a little bit more support. You can clasp your hands around your toes and give them a little squeeze hug. Or you might want to even take your thumbs and massage the insides of the feet, opening them up like a book, massaging that big toe mound at the base of the big toes, and maybe working your way all the way to the pinky toes. And then we'll inhale nice and tall here, drawing the shoulders down the back. And then exhale, rounding forward, bringing the forehead towards the toes. Just resting here gently. And then when you're ready, let's inhale and draw back up to a nice tall seat. And then come down gently to the earth. First, let's bring the soles of the feet to the mat, bending the knees. Scoot your sit bones as close to your heels as you can comfortably. And wrap your arms around shins or knees, giving yourself a hug here. Maybe drawing the nose towards the knees, really rounding the back, expanding through the side body as you inhale. Just letting go of any tension as you exhale. And then either begin to walk yourself down slowly to the back, to the mat, or you can rock and roll up and down the mat, giving yourself a nice little yogi massage. And then let's go ahead and bring the knees into the chest, giving yourself a little hug here. Maybe rotate the ankles in one direction and then the other. And then let's hold on to that right thigh or that right shin here and inhale, sending the sole of the left foot up towards the sky. And as we inhale, let's open up through the right leg, taking the knee out to the right side. Exhale, drawing it back to center. Inhale, opening the right knee out to the side. Exhale, back to center. Inhale one more time here. Exhale, letting the right leg come to the earth. Inhale, right leg out to the side, taking the left arm out long, and exhale, drawing the right knee over to the left for your nice twist here. Maybe take that right arm out to the side, palm facing the sky, gazing out over your right palm, drawing the left or right knee towards the left, maybe gently using the left hand to guide it towards the earth. If you got blocks or pillows here, you can always rest that right knee to a block or a pillow. Inhale here, noticing the curve of your body from your knee all the way up through your hip and your waist and your arm. This beautiful, wonderful curves that we can just breathe into here. Inhale one last time. Exhale, drawing the belly button towards the spine so that you can inhale strongly back up to center. Again, drawing both knees into the chest. Maybe taking the nose to the knee to realign the spine. And then let's hold on to that right knee and send the hold on to the left knee. I forgot all my directions here. And send the right sole of the foot up towards the sky. Let's inhale, opening up the left knee towards the left side. Exhale, drawing it back to center. Inhale, opening up through that hip, massaging that hip and exhaling back to center. Inhale one more time, send the right leg out long to the mat. Inhale, opening up through that left side, and exhale, drawing the left knee over to the right across the body. Send the left arm out long and gaze over that left hand, making that beautiful S shape with the left side body. Maybe even massage the outer left thigh with your right hand. Gently finding if there's any tenderness along that IT band. Just give it a little bit of love here. One more full breath here. And the next time you exhale, draw that belly button to the spine to really tap into that core to support you as you inhale back to center. Give yourself one more big hug, drawing the nose to the knees, and then inhale, stretching everything out long, drawing the toe tips away from the fingertips, making one long, long line. And then exhale, coming into your final Shavasana. Maybe that's taking the legs out long, letting the feet open to the sides of the mat. Maybe press into those heels so you can really get a nice tight fit of the small of the back to the earth. Hug those shoulder blades in and down the back. Open up the arms, really take up space here. Open the palms to the sky. And if that's not comfortable on your low back, you can place blocks or pillows or rolled up blanket under the knees. Or you can take the soles of the feet to the mat and just gently let them fall, let the knees fall in toward one another in this nice constructive rest pose. Wherever you are, take a nice big inhale all the way down into the belly. And then let's exhale out the mouth with a sigh. Inhale, nice, big, deep, full breath. And when you exhale, just drop that breath. Just let it go. Just drop it like a hot potato. Inhale in through the nose. And exhale out the mouth, just dropping that breath. And then find a moment of stillness here. Imagine you can breathe in through the crown of the head, all the way down into the belly. And as you exhale from the belly, the breath continues its journey out through the bottoms of the feet. Inhale through the bottoms of the feet, all the way up into the belly. And exhale from the belly, up the spine, and out the crown of the head. And continue this central channel breath, just drawing the energy in and through and out and in and through and out. As you continue breathing, notice how your toes and your feet become relaxed. Let the calves relax and then the knees. The tops of the thighs and the backs of the thighs soft. Let the hips be heavy. Let the belly be soft. And as the back relaxes, notice how the mat is supporting you. And the fingers and the palms are soft and open. As the relaxation moves up the forearms and into the elbows and just makes the upper arms be heavy to the earth, just surrendering the weight of your body to gravity. Breathing into the chest. Let the collarbones just soften and relax away from one another. Soft and open through the shoulders and the neck. Let the jaw relax. Let the cheekbones relax. Let the eye sockets be soft and heavy. All the way up through the crown of the head and the back of the skull. Everything is soft with the energy flowing through you. And let's just bring both hands to the belly here. Bring a little tenderness to your touch, a very gentle touch, as if you were holding the hand of a small child. Just touch with that same kindness, that same gentleness, that same tenderness here. Knowing that you are safe, that all your needs are met. Knowing that the universe has your back. Knowing that you are love. And that you are home. You have arrived. One more big inhale, letting the fingers float up as the belly pushes out into the world. And exhale here, just letting the breath go. And then let's begin to find a little movement, wiggling the toes, maybe taking the gaze from side to side, waking up the neck. Let's inhale and stretch the arms up and overhead again, stretching the toes out long. And exhale, drawing one foot and then the other back to the mat if it's not already there. And let's just windshield wiper our knees to the right as we take the gaze to the left. And then inhale back to center, exhale, knees left, gaze right. Back and forth until you come to a place where you can roll over onto one side or the other. And come into this nice supported fetal position. Take a full breath here. And then inhale, pressing into the earth, bringing yourself back up to a nice tall seat. Sending the legs out long into Dandasana. We'll finish in this nice, balanced, supported, strong pose. Toes pointing up towards the sky. Fingertips out at our sides, drawing the crown up towards the sky and the tailbone down towards the earth. Let's inhale our arms up and overhead where the palms meet. And exhale, hands to heart. Thank you so much for joining me tonight, for showing up for yourself. I hope the rest of your evening is as wonderful as you are. It really means a lot to me that you made it tonight. Thank you very much. Knowing the best and most beautiful in me sees and recognizes the best and most beautiful in you. Take good care. Namaste.